Welcome back to Time Lens. I am Akul, and over the last 4 episodes, we have been following something extraordinary. A straight line that connects Rishimukha and Hampi to Rameswaram, passing through every major Rama connection along the way. Nagendra, today you want to go deeper than just the straight line.
Much deeper, Akul, because there are actually two trails here, not one. The first is Ravana's flight path with Sita, the straight line heading south. The second is Rama's own journey on the ground, searching for Sita, following the river Kaveri.
Two completely different trails, same story.
Two trails that tell us something remarkable about how accurately the Ramayana maps onto real geography.
Let us start with the flight path. We have covered this across episodes, but let us lay it out completely.
So Ravana abducts Sita and flies south towards Lanka in his flying chariot. Sita sees Sugriva and Hanuman on Rishimukha island below and drops her earrings. That is the first confirmed point on the line, Rishimukha in Hampi, in this very place.
Where you visited and saw the ASI guide confirm the earring story.
Confirmed. Now from Rishimukha, draw a straight line south-southeast towards Lanka. The first place that line hits, just 66 kilometers away, is Jatinga-Rameshwara, where Jatayu heard Sita's screams, flew to fight Ravana, and fell on that adjoining hill.
Confirmed by the ASI guides and the official ASI board on the hill.
Now extend that same line further south. Tumkur, 224 kilometers from Rishimukha, is just 7.8 degrees off the line.
Tumkur has Rama connections too?
Tumkur has ancient Rama temple traditions on the same line. Continue south, Srirangam near Trichy, just 1 degree off the line.
1 degree, that is almost perfectly on the path.
Srirangam is one of the most sacred Vishnu temples in India with deep Rama traditions. Then Madurai, 8 degrees off. Then Rameswaram, 0 degrees, exactly on the line.
Where Rama built the bridge to Lanka, the endpoint of the journey.
The end point is perfectly on the line from Rishimukha. That cannot be coincidence.
Ravana flew a straight line, the geography confirms it.
That is trail 1. Now, trail 2 is even more personal for me, Akul.
Tell me about Trail 2.
After Jatayu died, Rama had the direction. He knew which way Ravana had flown. And here is something I started wondering. Did Jatayu know more than just the direction?
What do you mean?
Jatayu was an old, wise bird. He had flown these skies for a long time. Is it possible Jatayu actually knew where Ravana lived, across the ocean, on the island of Lanka?
So Jatayu was not just giving a direction, he may have been giving a destination.
That is my guess, Akul. Just a guess. But it changes how I think about what happens next. Because Rama and Lakshmana start walking south with purpose, not randomly searching.
Walking south from Jatinga-Rameshwara towards Lanka if Jatayu had told them where it was.
Now, here is where my own travels come in, Akul. I have done this drive 2 or 3 times Chitradurga, Hampi, that whole region. On my very first trip to Chitradurga, I stopped for breakfast at a place near Tumkur.
Tumkur, which is on the straight line from Rishimukha, only 7.8 degrees off.
Exactly, and Tumkur today is almost part of Greater Bangalore. So, if Rama and Lakshmana walked south from Jatinga-Rameshwara, Tumkur is right on the way.
And after Tumkur, Bangalore.
After Bangalore, continuing south, you would hit the Kaveri River. And here is the thing, depending on the exact path, the first point on the Kaveri could be Madur or Srirangapatna or Shivasamudra.
Multiple possible entry points to the river.
My guess is Shivasamudra might even be the first one they reached. It is right there on the Kaveri. But whichever point they first reach the river, once you are at the Kaveri, you have a choice.
Follow the river.
Follow the river all the way down to Rameswaram. That is my working theory for Trail 2. Find Jatiyu's direction, walk south, hit the Kaveri, follow it to the sea.
You mentioned 3 Ranganatha temples on this river, Srirangapatna, Shivasamudra, Srirangam.
Yes, and this is where I have more questions than answers, Akul. All three are on river islands. All three are dedicated to Ranganatha, a form of Vishnu.
Is that common, building Ranganatha temples on river islands?
That is exactly what I do not know yet. River islands are common across India, even across the south. So, is it a coincidence that these three happen to be Ranganatha temples? Or were these three specifically built because Rama stopped at each one, searching for his way?
Two very different explanations. One is a pattern, the other is a memory.
Exactly, and I genuinely do not know which it is yet. I do not even know the relative ages of these temples. Srirangapatna, Srirangam, how old are they really? The Someshwara temple at Shivasamudra, that one I know is over 3000 years old with Brahmi in Pali on its walls.
But the Ranganatha temple at Shivasamudra itself, the Madhya Ranganatha, you do not know its age?
Not yet. That is exactly the kind of question I need to ask the Archaka there. Why three Ranganatha temples on the Kaveri? Is Shivasamudras as old as the Someshwara temple beside it? I genuinely do not know. This is an open thread for a future visit.
Tell me about Shivasamudra itself. You said your farm is right there.
My farm is at Shivasamudra, Akul. 400 coconut trees, 450 arecanut trees. I know this land well. Shivasamudra is an island. The Kaveri splits into two channels and rejoins at the southern end. At that southern end, where the two channels rejoin, there are two waterfalls.
Waterfalls at the tip of the island.
And on this island sits the Someshwara temple, over 3000 years old, Brahmi script in Pali on the walls. Rama was a devotee of Shiva. If he and Lakshmana stayed on this island for any time at all, an ancient Shiva temple on that very island is exactly where you would expect them to have gone.
An island, a Shiva temple, waterfalls, a natural place to rest during a long journey.
That is my thinking. Now, there is also a Kalabhaireshwara temple on this island near my farm. I went there and spoke to the grandson of the family that has maintained this temple for generations.
What did he tell you?
He told me his ajji, his grandmother, used to tell him stories of Rama and Lakshmana walking on this island. Stories that her ajji had told her, generations of grandmothers passing the same memory.
An unbroken chain of oral memory, pure Nambikke.
Pure Nambikke, no inscription, no text, no date, just voices, generation after generation. And then he told me something else. There is a stone at this temple with a symbol on it. His words were something like, my ajji said this is the symbol of Rama and Lakshmana.
A symbol his grandmother identified specifically as Rama and Lakshmana's.
It could be a seal impression, it could be an inscription. He was not certain of the exact nature. What he was certain of was what his ajji had always said. This mark belongs to Rama and Lakshmana.
And where is this stone now?
That is the difficult part. The family built a small temple over the stone to protect it. The stone is under that temple now. No photographs exist. It has never been documented.
So the potential Lipi is there, physically there, but nobody has examined it.
Exactly. The Nambikke kept the memory alive. The stone may hold something more. The grandson told me the Archaka at the Madhyaranganatha temple would know more about this symbol and about the tradition of Rama and Lakshmana walking here.
But you have not spoken to the Archaka yet.
Not yet. That is my next visit to Shiva Samudra, the Archaka, the symbol, the temple's age, all of it. Right now, it is too many open threads. Akul, I need to go back and pull them together.
A whole episode waiting at your own farm.
A whole episode waiting at my own farm. That is exactly how it feels.
Stepping back, why does any of this matter? Why does the geography matter so much to you?
Because for the first time, Akul, this is not just geometry on a map. Rishimukha to Jatinga-Rameshwara to Tumkur, that is geometry, a line on paper. But Shiva Samudra, that is a place, a river, a temple over 3000 years old, a family's memory.
The first tangible thing along this entire trail.
The first tangible thing. Everything before this was lines and angles. This is a family telling me, my grandmother said Rama walked here, and there is a stone.
The geography gave you the path. The path led you to a real family with a real memory and a real stone.
That is what makes the Rama story feel credible to me, Akul. Not because of one piece of evidence, but because the geography, the river, the location, and now this, they all point the same direction.
Before we close, you have mentioned other Jatayu claims in Andhra and in Kerala.
Briefly, yes. Both are open questions I have not resolved. The Andhra and Telangana region has a Jatayu claim, but geometrically it sits further off the line than Jatinga-Rameshwara. Jatayamangalam in Kerala is a different question entirely, possibly part of the same story told from a different point.
Both need field visits before you can say anything more.
Both need field visits. I'm not closing either door, just noting them for now.
Add them to the list. There is always more to investigate.
Always. That list only grows, Akul.
Before we move on, are there other places that claim a Jatayu connection?
A couple, yes. One in the Andhra and Telangana region, and Jatayimangalam in Kerala. The Andhra side sits well off the line geometrically. Jatinga-Rameshwara fits better, and the ASI board there confirms it officially. Jatayumangalam in Kerala could be a different moment in the same story, perhaps where Jatayu's body came to rest after Jatinga-Rameshwara.
Both feel like future field visits.
Both are future field visits. That list only grows, Akul.
Nagendra, stepping back for a moment, what does all of this tell us?
It tells us that the Ramayana was composed with a very specific geography in mind. The places it describes, the rivers, the hills, the islands, they exist. They are not invented. The geography is real.
Whether the events happened or not, the places are real.
The places are real. The traditions attached to those places are ancient. The geometry connecting them is consistent. At some point, you have to ask, how did the composer of the Ramayana know this geography so precisely?
Either they traveled it or they lived it.
Either they traveled it or they lived it. Those are the only two explanations, both of which suggest the Ramayana is rooted in real events and real journeys.
The rock remembers, even when the people forget.
The geography remembers, even when the story is called mythology.
What is coming next in this series?
There is a question that has been sitting underneath this entire series. Akul, every edict we have visited, Brahmagiri, Siddhapura, Jatinga Rameshwara, sits on a hill. Jatinga Rameshwara alone takes nearly an hour to climb, over 3,000 feet up.
And Ashoka still chose to put his message all the way up there.
An emperor does not climb a hill for an hour to leave a message nobody will read. These hills were not remote, Akul, not back then. Something was happening up there.
Something that brought people up that climb regularly.
That is episode 6. What was actually happening on top of these hills?
Listeners, mark your calendars. Nagendra, thank you for today.
Thank you, Akul. This next one changes how you see every hill in this series.
That is Time Lens. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Find us on Instagram for the visual journey, the reels that go with each episode. Links in the show notes. Episode 6 is coming. You will not want to miss it.